All right, pause right here. This is a big procedural turn. A 10.77 competency evaluation isn't about guilt or innocence. It's about whether the defendant even understands what's happening in court. Translation: if the judge orders this, the entire case hits the brakes. And here's the tension point. Once competency is questioned, freedom versus custody becomes a chess match. Will this be treatment on the outside or jail while the system decides?
Your Honor, there is a motion for a 1077 evaluation. It was sent earlier today by Shesky.
No. They wouldn't release me until I did.
Yeah, Mr. Keith, I'll try to answer some of those questions here. I'm just reading through the document that you handed, so.
You know, this is going to come as a shock to you, but no, I don't.
Just give me a couple minutes to get through that, okay? Okay, I've reviewed the 1077, and it does seem appropriate to order the competency evaluation. Of course, the issue is going to be in custody. I'll hear from Mr. Weston first. Mr. Weston, go ahead. Thank you. I will stay with the button. It must be that's all.
We asked for a no bail hold, I guess, pending the outcome of the 1077 or extension hearing, whatever happens.
This is the moment. The courtroom temperature drops. The judge agrees, at least on paper, that a competency review makes sense. But don't get comfortable. Ordering an evaluation doesn't mean sympathy, and it definitely doesn't mean release. The real fight is about to begin, in custody or out of custody. And trust me, that decision changes everything. Here comes...
I actually believe both matters are still going to be trial. The DUI, both are still trial.
You are correct, Your Honor. So, stay with us for a while. That's our answer for the us. These are old pieces. So, he has substantial concerns about safety and that comes where the account for us. Since what, 2021. So, we show that he's not going to appear because he's not required.
Thank you. Sorry, else?
Your Honor, I would request some sort of bail for Mr. Keith. I don't think he presents any to the community, as the state mentioned, but I do think an evaluation would be needed here.
We did the 1077 already.
I do. I get a real sense of the abuse community. I really do.
Your Honor, this is the county they held me for almost a year. They wouldn't let me go until I did it. There's nothing wrong with my cognitive thought processing. There's nothing wrong with my cumulative thinking. There's nothing wrong with the way that I'm looking at things or perceiving things. There's nothing wrong with your perception of the way that I'm deciding things. There's nothing wrong with my ability to understand things. They held me in jail for almost a year. I prayed, God, please release me so I didn't die. I just need to take care of my health concerns. I'm doing the best I can. I'm sorry that I'm not rich, but I'm doing everything I possibly can. I'm being released on all of my other cases, and this is the only thing keeping me from getting a new heart.
Okay. All right, so your statement would indicate to me that 1077 may not be...
comes the prosecution's strongest card: public safety. Notice what they're doing. They're not just talking about charges, they're building a pattern. Missed court dates, old warrants, years of non-appearance. In legal terms, that screams flight risk. And once the state convinces a judge you won't come back, bail becomes a luxury, not a right.
An appropriate route here, because you seem basically fine to me. So, do you know the charges you're here on?
No, sir, they were.
I actually agree with the judge. He seems fine with respect to 1077. But in terms of everyday functioning, he seems not fine at all. It sucks, but I think that's a fair assessment.
Not clearly explained to me, but I'm under the impression that there's some sort of accumulated.
Okay, so let's talk about it a little bit. Now, you have the charge of driving under the influence of intoxicants, which is from 2021.
Sir?
I think that really needs to be a term. Washington State normal, which means not above committing crime, but appreciates that he's committing crime.
Explained, and I told him I didn't do it.
Okay, but everybody says they didn't do what they're charged with.
I've been homeless with no vehicle for over 5 years. I've been in and out of jail because for the last 5 years.
Okay.
There's no possible way I could have done it.
Just let me talk a little bit, okay? You just answer the questions I asked you. So you have a DUI from July 2nd of 2021. You have new charges, which are run and driving suspended from February 2022. So, within an 8-month period, you have those two 13-count charges.
Okay, I've developed a theory.
This is raw. This isn't legal strategy. This is survival mode. You can hear desperation, frustration, fear, but here's the brutal truth of the courtroom. Emotion doesn't equal competency. Judges have to separate sympathy from legal standards, even when the stakes are literally life and death. And that's where this case gets painfully human.
And human psychology. I've never spent any time in Washington, although I did go to Vancouver, which is whatever. It's Canada, but it's close to Washington. So I get the drill. And here's what I think the deal is with human behavior. I do a lot of traveling. The nicer the environment, the crazier the average person. Not because they're really crazy, but they're just like, yeah. So if you're on a nice tropical island or in a beautiful, mountainous woods like Washington, it's just a lot of people just check out and absorb. Doesn't really make them bad, but it just attracts people who just want to float. I'm not even knocking it. It's just an observation. It's just something that happens.
All of which have yet to be resolved. And then you have a warrant out of Jefferson County from a driving charge in June of 2021. And I see that Olympia dismissed the charge, I'm assuming on competency grounds, in
Nailed it as usual, Andrew.
2022. So that's what we have. And then you have that active warrant. You've missed lots of hearings on the 13 county cases. And then not only that, but once you're in custody, then you refuse to come. You refused twice last week to come to court.
No, sir, I was in custody last week. They didn't come and get me until they told me. I didn't refuse, sir. I came when I could.
Well, they told us you were refusing to come.
It's not true, Your Honor. I did the best that I could. I was begging for my chance.
And just like that, the momentum shifts. The judge says what no one expected. He seems fine. But here's the paradox. Someone can sound articulate and still struggle with real-world functioning. This gray area is where competency cases live and die. The court isn't asking, can you talk? Again, you navigate reality consistently.
Awkward, I'm not going to lie.
We're having a hard time getting you to come to court. We just can't let these cases sit out there until the stars align and, we're here in court and you're here in court. It can't work that way.
I don't want to waste your time, and I don't want you to waste mine.
Okay, so do you understand the charges that you're here on?
Yeah, too late.
Sir, I do.
Can you repeat them back to me?
The driving while license suspended, the DWI while license suspended in the third, and the DUI. Is that correct?
And a hit and run. Okay, do you understand those are the charges that you are?
Yes, sir, I understand those are the charges, but I never did those things.
Right, okay, I understand that's what you're telling me. And do you understand what those charges are?
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay. Well, since you're the one with the information on the 1077, let me ask you, is the conversation that Mr. Keith and I have just had, is that somehow substantively different than the one that you had with him as far as ability to understand?
It was, Your Honor.
Okay, yeah.
I think,
Yes, it's a question.
I think there was at a different emotional state right now.
Yeah, right, okay. That's my guess here. I think Mr. Keith was probably expressing frustration. I'm not sure he was expressing lack of competency, so that's what I'm picking up here. So at this point, I'm not going to do the 1077. Mr. Keith, with the inability to get you to come to court on any regular basis, I am going to hold you on some bail. It's not going to be a no bail hold, but I am going to hold you on some bail.
But I don't have money.
Yeah, I understand that. You told me that. And I appreciate that this is going to make it difficult for you, but I can't let you go because when I let you go, you don't come back.
This is the system drawing a hard line. No competency eval, no release. Just bail knowing full well he can't pay it. From the court's perspective, this is about accountability and appearances. From the defendant's side, it feels like punishment before trial. And that's the unresolved tension we're left with. Is this protection of the process or failure of compassion?
So, I'm here again. I was just here last week.
Because you get arrested.
No, because I turned myself in last week.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah. When you're drug in there in cuffs and it doesn't count. That's not voluntary.
And I will note there's also a pending attempt to City County. And I guess that's the one with the warrant standing. So it'll be $5,000 cash or bond in each case, and I'll set a new pretrial date. Thank you, Mr. Keith.
When is the new date?
Okay, sit tight and I'll tell you that in a minute. Get the form there. Is Mr. Stachewski counsel record?
I am not certain that he's been assigned yet, Your Honor. He was just helping me with the evaluation.
Okay. All right. Well, for the record, I will appoint counsel to represent Mr. Keith. He hasn't been done before, so let's make sure we have counsel who's next hearing.
Sir, they have been releasing me on all the other cases so that I can get into the syndrome, what is it? CHI for existing rheumatology, cancer ward, get my new heart. They've been releasing me on all the other cases so that I can get in there, doing everything I can to prove it to you. Can you please give me a chance?
Thank you. I've heard what you've had to say about that.
Your Honor,
So I'm going to set a pretrial hearing for Tuesday, the 2nd of December I'll see straight to the 1:30 calendar based on Mr. Keefe saying he's not going to be able to post the bail in this case. And